Good morning, everybody. Today, inshallah, we're going to talk about Earth, and we have finished already the soil and the different types of rocks. Now, we're going to talk about weathering, which is also related to rocks. Okay, what's weathering? Weathering simply is the wearing process of rocks, the process where the rocks are worn away. And we have different types of weathering. Very easy. Physical, chemical, and biological. Physical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Chemical weathering, from the name, it means it's due to the effect of different chemicals on a certain rock. Okay? And the most popular and common example here is the acid rain. Because the acid rain, as we said before, it means that it's like the clouds are raining acid. يعني acidic gases from factories will react with water or dissolve in water by a certain way. So the cloud now will be raining acid. And the acid, as we know, strong acids are corrosive. Okay, clouds will not rain on us strong acids, they will be diluted, but even though they will also be like irritants, like they will make cracks on buildings. And you can see here some caves made from limestone, and we'll see here the effect of the acid. The acid make these rocks like not uniformly shaped. And here we can see this statue affected also by the acid rain. No arms, no details for the face, and here it's very clear for these stone carvings. You see here, you can see here a complete face, body, but here where is the face? Where is the face here? It's not here anymore because of the acid. Taj Mahal, which is one of the seven wonders, made of marble. This marble by time was affected by acid rain, and this drive the government to order nearby factories to neutralize their acidic gases, to find a way to neutralize these gases. Let's answer some questions. What's weathering? As we said simply, is when rocks get slowly broken down by many different types of weathering. Rain, wind, frost, temperature changes. What's chemical weathering in specific is when chemicals in the air or rain change the rocks. Example of how chemical weathering is caused, for sure. You will tell me an example of acidic rain or acid rain. Second type of weathering is physical weathering. And from the name also, it's caused by physical processes like change in temperature, freezing, thawing, effect of wind, rain, waves. We'll say them all in details, inshallah. Especially the first type and second type. The third type is about temperature changes, and it will be close to freeze and thaw method. Temperature changes simply is when the temperature, especially in the desert, change like total different change from day and night. Very hot in the day, very cold in the night. So the rocks are in alternative expansion and freezing processes. So when they are repeated expansion, freezing, expansion, freezing, this will make cracks in the rocks. This is for temperature changes. But now we're going to explain the first one, wind, rain, waves, and freeze and thaw. For wind, rain, and waves, like here. The old picture for this, it was without this river. It was only rocks connected, rocks like a mountain. Okay? What happened? By rain or by river, the water started to like making its way through the rocks. You see here? Like by time, long time, maybe hundreds of years, the water starting to make its own way through the rocks, wearing away the rock, till it make its own path. As you see here, its own pathway between the rocks. Physical weathering, it's easy to make it through this diagram. You will find that the freeze and thaw process, it started by a rock containing a crack. This crack will be filled with water by rain, by anything, by river, by any means. We don't care. What will be filled with water? The water is liquid state. In liquid state, by time when the temperature become colder, the water will freeze. So when the water freeze, it expand. So it's like pushing the crack or making the crack bigger. Then after a while, the temperature will change again and the water will melt. Okay, but the crack becomes bigger. Then another amount of water will fill the crack, like another rain, but now the crack will take bigger amount of water because the crack is now bigger. Then also temperature change and the water will freeze, so it will expand, making the crack bigger and bigger, and so on. Repeat this process many times. What will happen by time? It will break the rock. Break it. The crack will become bigger till it break the rock itself. Biological weathering. Biological weathering, from the name, is caused by living things like animals, plants, and by the way, even humans. Animals like rabbits and other burrowing animals, they are burrowing into a crack, making it bigger till they split the rock. Plants, as we see in different pictures here, some roots growing on the building, they are aerial roots. Aerial roots are the roots that grow above the ground, not the normal roots. Here, another plants growing on this stone, they are like from inside the stone to outside. So by time the stone will be broken also. Here, this is the example of humans, as I told you. You see here, the stairs must be straight line, right? But here you find a curvature. Why this curvature? Because usually we are moving or walking up or down in the middle or in the center of this step. So by long time, what will happen? It will wear away like this. Okay, and this will be clear in governmental buildings. Another way where plants grow through the stones or through the pavement, like here, it's clear here in this picture. The roots and the trees may grow between rocks. You see here, these are rocks. But what happened? The plant grew between the rock. And you can see this in the street, in some pavements, in between the cement and the street itself. Simple assessment here, the types of weathering, some examples on them, and pictures. We need just to match them. Physical weathering, which one of them to be matched with? Take your time. Okay, it will be yes, the last one. Physical weathering, when the rainwater collects in a crack, and when we see freeze and thaw, so it's clear it's physical weathering. And by the way, freeze and thaw is the same like frost and defrost. Freeze from liquid to solid, thaw from solid to liquid. Okay? And which picture here is better for this? For sure it will be the first one. Chemical weathering. Acidic rainwater. When I say acidic or acidic rain or acid rain, for sure it's chemical weathering. And when I see anything, any monument or any statue like that, for sure it's clear that's affected by acidic rain. Biological weathering, it will be the last choice here and the last choice here. Biological weathering from trees, roots, anything like that, for sure it's biological, because I said living thing. Then I see any plants like that, I can detect. So this question is very easy. Let's take another questions, also easy. Describe the process of physical weathering caused by rainwater freezing in cracks. This will make it very simple. First, water will get into the space and cracks in rocks. What will happen? The water will freeze. So the water will expand, becomes bigger in size. So the cracks themselves become larger. When the water melts, the cracks are left but bigger in size. So repeat this process many times, the rocks will be broken up. Okay? This is the process of freeze and thaw. Describe how and why the statue of the Sphinx has changed since it was made. This will be because of the wind. Look here. The Sphinx has been in the desert for thousands of years. The details were clear when first made, but by time the wind has blown fine particles of sand and dust against the Sphinx. So this worn away the surface of the statue. Last question, describe one example of biotic weathering, which means biological weathering. You will tell me something related to plants, the easiest thing. Plants which grow in the rock cracks, the roots causes more cracks and damage the rocks. Thank you.